Your host, Tariq Mendez, takes you on a journey with guests from all around the world. Broadcasting around the world. Around the world. This is Tariq Talk.
So you mentioned that this was a tray that you had to source.
This is an actual prison mirror.
Oh, mirror. Okay.
Yes, a mirror. So they have these sort of stainless steel mirrors that they put inside of the cells, and they intentionally glass would probably be dangerous, so they have to be stainless steel, unbreakable. And I chose to use the mirrors because, for one, they're extremely important.
Yeah.
It's kind of a double-edged sword in two ways. Like, for one, most times the mirrors have been used for so long that you can barely see yourself, and or you people are trying to clean them and they inadvertently scratch them.
Oh, I see.
And so you're not able to really see your own face within the mirror, your own reflection, which is still, still the closest, especially if you're in isolation, it's still the closest thing you can get to seeing another person's face for that length of time. So the mirror was really important to me for that reason. Also, I wanted to move beyond painting on canvas or on wood, and I wanted to explore a surface that could be a little bit more exciting and a little bit different. And I know that there are other artists who have used mirrors, but I felt like a prison mirror would be a little bit more authentic to my experience, and also just it's not as popular. So I wanted to do something that was a little bit more it's hard to find something that's completely new. Like, the saying is, there's nothing new under the sun. So I'm not trying to find things that are absolutely new, but something that's just a little bit different and not as common. Something that's that's different enough to set me apart. So that was the reason I chose the mirror. I think
it's interesting that these are probably for the screws, right? So that shows you how much security they have.
Yes.
To have that many screws for that.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask, how do you feel? What do you think about it before? Because I feel like a lot of times now, people come in, and they're kind of, they stop and they're like, I like this, I like that, I like this, but I haven't yet been able to see what other people think about it so far.
Well, I don't know if this is down, but my first thought was that this was some type of like antique tray.
Yeah.
Right? Or I thought maybe like that's maybe what they put like the plates and the food on top.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh my God, this is like, you're taking something that you use in there and then creating like a visual too. I think that's so interesting. But the fact that this is a mirror, I mean, because I don't know, for me as a kid, I grew up in the 90s, so I would like distract myself with either like speaking in the fan or the mirror. So I think like not even having, the basic minimum of a mirror, I think that's like kind of like messing up with your mind in a way. It's like war, like, like they're punishing you on top of already being like confined by yourself. I think that's like so cruel. But I think that's so genius how you like chose that. And can you speak more about the process that you had to source it? Because it's not like easily accessible. Like you can just walk in somewhere and buy it. That you had to.
Well, for one, you have to find someone who was formerly in law enforcement, who has the credentials to be able to purchase it, or you have to find someone who has them for like. So, for instance, my last series was someone who knew someone who had the credentials and they needed to work on a film, so they were able to purchase them from the person who could get them, and then they worked on the film, and then I had to wait until the film was done and then purchase them from there. But then they also, I think because they're so difficult to purchase, because they're restricted to those people, they tend to like bump the price up. So you end up paying like $150 for a piece of steel.
Wow.
But it's more about the accessibility of it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Or being aware of it.
Yeah.
And I think also the idea of having these mirrors and seeing the mirrors and seeing your own face is also a bit challenging while you're incarcerated, because these are relatively new.
Mm-hmm.
So the surface isn't, I've painted on it and scratched it in some places, to modify it. So, but when I got these, they were relatively new and they're really neat and clean. But when you're in prison, again, they're usually damaged. They usually, then so you don't know what the history was. It could have been someone who was upset and they hit it with something, and then it's bent in a certain area. People are trying to clean them, so they end up scratching them. So they, when you see your face in there, it's distorted.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also this feeling of questioning, if whatever you're going through emotionally, you're looking at yourself in this mirror and you're trying to find yourself. You're trying to find your reflection as well as you can. And then you see these distortions and these marks and these scratches and everything, and it kind of, it's kind of disheartening. It's kind of depressing, but there's something to it.
And then this kind of goes with this?
No, these are actually
separate?
separate. Yeah, these are actually separate.
Thank you for listening to Tariq Talk. Follow Tariq Talk on all social media channels and check out the video interviews online.